On February 3, 1959, a tragic aviation disaster unfolded when American Airlines Flight 320, a Lockheed L-188 Electra, crashed into the East River while attempting to land at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. The crash claimed the lives of 65 of the 73 passengers and crew on board, leaving a profound impact on the aviation community and prompting significant changes in pilot training and instrument landing systems. The Lockheed L-188 Electra, a four-engine turboprop aircraft, was a relatively new addition to the commercial aviation fleet, known for its speed, efficiency, and advanced technology. However, despite its modern design, the aircraft was not immune to the challenges posed by adverse weather conditions and the complexities of landing in a densely populated urban environment. Flight 320 had departed from Chicago's Midway Airport, bound for New York City's LaGuardia Airport. The flight was routine until it approached the New York area, where it encountered poor weather conditions, including fog and low visibility. As the aircraft descended for its final approach to LaGuardia Airport, the crew faced significant difficulties in maintaining visibility and control, relying on their instruments and training to guide them safely to the runway. The approach to LaGuardia Airport was particularly challenging due to the airport's proximity to the East River and the surrounding urban landscape. The combination of fog, low visibility, and the need for precise navigation made the approach hazardous, even for experienced pilots. As the aircraft descended through the fog, the crew struggled to maintain situational awareness and control, relying on their instruments to guide them. However, the lack of visibility and the challenges of navigating in such conditions proved to be too much for the crew to handle. The aircraft struck the water approximately 4,000 feet short of the runway, crashing into the East River with tremendous force. The impact caused the aircraft to break apart, scattering debris across the water and leaving little chance of survival for those on board. The crash site was located in shallow water, making recovery efforts somewhat easier than in deeper ocean environments. However, the cold water and the intensity of the crash made rescue efforts extremely challenging. Emergency responders, including the New York City Police Department, Fire Department, and Coast Guard, worked tirelessly to retrieve the wreckage and the remains of the victims. Despite their efforts, 65 of the 73 passengers and crew perished in the crash, leaving behind a community in mourning and a stark reminder of the risks inherent in air travel. The crash of American Airlines Flight 320 was a profound tragedy that left a lasting impact on the families of the victims, the aviation community, and the public at large. The loss of 65 lives, including passengers and crew from diverse backgrounds, was a sobering reminder of the dangers posed by adverse weather and the importance of robust safety protocols. In the aftermath of the crash, a thorough investigation was launched to determine the cause of the accident and to identify any contributing factors. The investigation was conducted by the Civil Aeronautics Board, CAB, the agency responsible for aviation safety at the time. The focus of the inquiry was on the weather conditions at the time of the crash, the actions of the flight crew, and the adequacy of the aircraft's systems and procedures for handling adverse weather. One of the key findings of the investigation was that the crash was primarily caused by the poor weather conditions encountered during the approach to LaGuardia Airport. The fog and low visibility had made it extremely difficult for the crew to maintain situational awareness and control of the aircraft. The investigation also revealed that the crew had followed standard procedures for landing in poor weather, but the intensity of the fog had overwhelmed their ability to safely complete the approach. The investigation also highlighted the challenges of operating in a densely populated urban environment, where the proximity of the airport to the East River and the surrounding buildings created additional hazards. The lack of advanced instrument landing systems and the limitations of the aircraft's navigation equipment had contributed to the difficulties encountered by the crew and had ultimately led to the crash. The final report of the investigation concluded that the probable cause of the crash was the poor weather conditions encountered during the approach, combined with the limitations of the aircraft's systems and the challenges of operating in a densely populated urban environment. The report also noted that the crew had acted in accordance with standard procedures, but the intensity of the fog had made it impossible to safely complete the landing. In response to the findings, the CAB issued several recommendations aimed at improving aviation safety and preventing similar accidents in the future. These recommendations included the implementation of advanced instrument landing systems, enhanced training for flight crews in adverse weather operations, and improvements in weather forecasting and communication for urban airports. The crash of American Airlines Flight 320 had a lasting impact on the aviation industry, prompting significant changes in the way aircraft were operated and maintained in adverse weather conditions. The lessons learned from this tragedy contributed to the development of more robust safety protocols and the implementation of advanced technologies to improve situational awareness and control during critical phases of flight. For the families of the victims, the crash was a devastating loss that left a lasting impact. Memorials were erected to honor those who perished, and the aviation community came together to support the bereaved families. The memory of the victims and the lessons learned from the crash continue to be honored through ongoing efforts to improve aviation safety and prevent future tragedies. The story of American Airlines Flight 320 is one of tragedy, but also of resilience and progress. It serves as a reminder of the challenges and risks inherent in air travel and the importance of vigilance, accountability, and continuous improvement in the pursuit of safety. By remembering and understanding the lessons of the past, we honor the memory of those who lost their lives and work towards a future where such tragedies can be prevented. The crash of American Airlines Flight 320 remains a poignant chapter in the history of aviation, a testament to the human cost of progress and the enduring commitment to making air travel safer for all. The lessons learned from this tragedy continue to shape the aviation industry, ensuring that the sacrifices of those who perished were not in vain. As we reflect on this dark chapter in aviation history, we're reminded of the importance of resilience, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of safety. The story of American Airlines Flight 320 is one of tragedy, but also of progress and hope for a safer future in the skies. The crash of American Airlines Flight 320 remains a somber reminder of the challenges and risks in aviation history, but it also paved the way for groundbreaking advancements in pilot training, instrument landing systems, and safety technologies. By remembering this tragedy, we honor the lives lost and continue to strive for a safer future in air travel. If you found this story impactful, please share it to keep the memory alive, and don't forget to subscribe for more historical insights and stories. Together we can learn from the past and build a better tomorrow.